Now you gotta listen to this, man, because this concerns you, all right?
Jackie Brown is a 1997 film directed by Quentin Tarantino and arguably one of his most overlooked films to date. The title refers to the film's protagonist, played by Pam Grier, who is a down-on-her-luck stewardess working for the film's antagonist, Ordell Robbie, played by Samuel L. Jackson, a notable figure in the Tarantino universe. Ordell is an arms dealer who recruits Jackie to smuggle his earnings from Mexico under the radar of U.S. Customs. His other employees consist of Louis, played by Robert De Niro, and Melanie, played by Bridget Fonda. The two of them couldn't be any more different. Louis is an ex-con that keeps to himself, and Melanie is a valley girl with a penchant for teasing. Her feat, a reoccurring Tarantino trope, becomes the source of sexual tension between her and Louis. Eventually, Louis succumbs to her prodding, and they end up shagging as a result. There's an amusing visual gag building up to their sex where Louis coughs from ripping a bowl and then wheezes out of breath after humping Melanie for all of 3 minutes. They vary in their respect for Ordell. Because Louis's life is in shambles, he reveres the lucrative business that Ordell has built for himself. Melanie, on the other hand, doesn't kiss the ring and treats him like garbage. The telephone at Ordell's house becomes a device to show the division between her and Ordell. And even though Ordell knows about Melanie's pitfalls, he still keeps her around because he knows her nature. He knows he can control her as well. Ordell's ego is inflated, which gives him liberty to act like an asshole to those around him. There are 2 instances where we see his TV blaring utter nonsense, which reflects his flashy and loud personality. As we learned later, Melanie's attitude eventually becomes the catalyst for her demise, pushing Louis to his absolute boiling point. While it seems that Ordell is the one calling the shots, the film is a journey of how Jackie Brown takes the power back by any means necessary. She recruits Max Cherry, played by the late Robert Forster, a bail bondsman who becomes instrumental in her plan to steal Ordell's assets. His temperament is relaxed and his impulses are restrained. Jackie's presence dissolves his stern exterior, as shown by his lingering gaze towards her and his decision to purchase the Delphonics cassette, a music group that she introduces him to earlier in the film.
I don't get new stuff that often.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this?
The Delphonics.
It's nice.
If you listen to the lyrics of the song Didn't I, they reflect Max's feelings towards Jackie. I gave my heart and soul to you, girl. I thought that heart of yours was true, girl. Max is torn between being attracted to her, but also fearing her criminal side. Even though the film takes place in the 90s, it is layered with soul and funk music from the 60s and 70s. This is Tarantino's way of paving respect to the blaxploitation subgenre, which was a birth for black actors taking on leading roles as protagonists in films instead of being relegated to the less significant roles or simply serving as the antagonistic role. By casting Pam Grier as the protagonist, he is paying respect to her earlier work as an action star in films like Foxy Brown. Tarantino's style appears not only in showing the money exchange as a singular event through multiple perspectives, but also in the shot of the intercom that Ordell uses to ring up Beaumont, which is the same shot sequence that we see in Pulp Fiction when Vincent Vega rings up Mia Wallace. The very first shot of this film, showing Jackie standing still on the moving walkway, is not only an homage to Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate, but it also mirrors her escape from the mall towards the end of the film. The former shows someone who is vulnerable and wearing a uniform for a job she doesn't necessarily care about, but the latter shows a suit she chooses on her own and forges a new identity for herself, restoring the balance of power. If there's one scene that really stuck out to me, it's the conversation between Jackie and Max over black coffee. It reveals the motivation for Jackie's plan to steal Ordell's money, which stems from a fear of starting over. There comes a point where we have to settle because of our age. Jackie wants to start fresh, and the money is a chance to escape. This feeling of transcending your poor circumstances is not unique to Jackie, but also to Max's relationship with his bail bond business. You can argue that Jackie was a proponent for Max to question that aspect of his life, and at the end of the film, it becomes open-ended if he followed through with her advice. Each character has their own coping mechanism. For Ordell, it's a screwdriver. For Jackie, it's cigarettes. For Lewis, it's weed. And for Max, it's going to the movies by himself. Similar to his other work, the film maintains Tarantino's theme of revenge while promoting a less lethal version of female empowerment. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you liked what you saw. I'll see you guys later. Peace.